Hey, Mean Man here. So, it's a continuation of the WrestleMania series that I want to do. WrestleMania begins at April 2nd, WrestleMania 33. It's going to be pretty cool, I think. Quickly, congratulations to Bayley, who just became the women's champion. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so now we have a SmackDown's Women's Champion and a Raw Women's Champion now. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, on to WrestleMania 2. So, yeah, a great show, actually. It happened at 3 venues, which I think was interesting. I don't know why they did this, but they played the Nassau Coliseum in New York, and then they went to the Vermont Horizon in Chicago, and they finished off at Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena. So, pretty cool, I gotta say. Again, the first WrestleMania was just a tryout, just to see what was gonna happen, so, yeah, it was a very good place to expand on it, I guess. So, we start off at the Nassau Coliseum, where we had Paul Orndorff and Magnificent Muraco with Mr. Fuji. Oh, no, Paul Orndorff did, let me try that again. They wrestled at a double countout, which, I mentioned this before, I fucking hate double countouts, I hate disqualifications. That's too bad. Then we had the Intercontinental Championship match. George Animal Steele versus Macho Man Randy Savage with Elizabeth. And Randy Savage being the Intercontinental Champion. He won this match. I will always say that Randy Savage was the reason I got into professional wrestling. I remember watching him the first time in late '92. I think it was in June at some point. And just energy and the colorful suit, the tassels, the cowboy hat or whatever. Just fucking amazing. And he is the reason I got into this. The unfortunate thing in life is knowing that we have to lose these people eventually. And he passed away in 2011, the same year I lost my grandfather, and it's a sad feeling, and knowing that Elizabeth is gone, and she passed away a few years before that. Yeah, it's a very, sad thing, but he was a great wrestler. Jake Snake Roberts, who defeated George Walls. Jake Roberts, Dad thought he would have started in his career a year before that. Or, a year after that. But, I guess he came in 1986. Jake Roberts has always been a great wrestler. He's had his demons, and fortunately he had his shit together. And he's healthy now. It's gonna be, it's cool to see that. It's cool to see that he can actually, fucking do that. Thought he was gonna be in the Royal Rumble last year. I'm not sure what he's doing now. Like, it's kind of, we'll see what happens this year. But, anyways, then we had the match that was continuation from last WrestleMania, which was Mr. T versus Roddy Piper in a boxing match. And it was Lou Duva and Bob Orton in Piper's Corner. Now you talk about wrestlers we lost, yeah, that really meant something in the business, and Roddy Piper being another enthusiastic wrestler who cut great promos and just was energetic, and that losing him at a young age. Well, I mean, we all knew he had cancer at one point, but he was in remission. It sucks, it really sucks to see that. So, yeah, it was a good match, and Roddy Piper used a wrestling move, which got him disqualified, but that obviously didn't really matter, and Mr. T had Joe Frazier, Smoking Joe Frazier, and Haiti Kid in his corner, and yeah, it basically ended with a body slam, and the match was over. Roddy Piper said in his DVD that if he would have let Mr. T go over, it would have been a disgrace to the wrestling business, and I don't know. I mean, at the time, it probably would have. I mean, there's a lot of superstars that have gotten beaten by athletes outside of the wrestling ring. Obviously, I'll get to that, and it's it's sad, I guess. Then we go to the Rosemont Horizon in Chicago, where we had the fabulous Moolah, who was the women's champion, defeating Velvet McIntyre. Don't know too much about Velvet McIntyre, but fabulous Moolah, one of the first women's champions in that era. She continued to be in the wrestling business, not exactly being a wrestling competitor, but being with Mae Young. They're both gone now, and yeah, told she wasn't a very nice lady, but that's not what. Even that's probably outside the ring. Then we had Colonel Kirchner, who defeated Nikolai Volkoff in a flag match. So it was Russia versus the U.S., I guess, and of course, the U.S. prevailed. Nikolai Volkoff. It's funny, I grew up thinking that he was Russian, but they later found out he's Croatian, but, yeah, again, he came back in the late 90s, and I remember that. I didn't know at the time that he wrestled in the 70s and 80s as well, but, to see that, it was pretty cool. Then we had André the Giant, who won the Battle Royal. It was the WWF versus the NFL. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You see these athletes in other sports competing in the WWF. So, NFL, the Football League, these guys, I can't remember a lot of them. The Refrigerator Jackson or whatever his name was. But anyway, André the Giant won, eliminating Bret Hart. So, it was a good battle royal, but, it just goes to show you that other sports can apparently be in WrestleMania. It bugs me when people go, oh, this guy can't be in the Hall of Fame. Well, sure he can, why not? They call it sports entertainment for a reason. It is what it is. Now, you don't see a lot of WWE or other wrestling promotions go to other sports. Although they have played football a lot before they joined wrestling. Bulldogs. Davey Boy Smith, Dynamite Kid with Matilda. And they were alongside the Prince of fucking Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne, and Lord Alfred Hayes, who was their manager at the time. Also, Lou Albano, when they defeated the Dream Team of Great Valentine and Brutus, Beefcake. and they became the WWF Tag Team Champions. Pretty cool. I mean, I like the British Bulldogs. More so, I like the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. I wasn't around when the British Bulldogs were in wrestling, but I did see them through VHS and stuff like that. So, and Great Valentine and Brutus the Barber Beefcake had Johnny Valentine in their corner. As of last year or the year before, was Johnny Valentine in Brutus Beefcake's corner. So, another good venue, another good match, a few matches. And then we went to Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena. We had Ricky Steamboat, who defeated Hercules Hernandez. Both good competitors. It was always good to see Ricky Steamboat go and wrestle. He's a great athlete. Wrestling Chris Jericho years ago, he still has it. I don't know if he still has it now, but this was in 2008, so it would be interesting to see him come back and wrestle again. If he can still go, I don't know. Hernandez passed away a few years ago. A few years ago. I don't when. Then we had Adrian Adonis with Jimmy Hart, who defeated Uncle Elmer. Now, Uncle Elmer was a part of Hellbilly Jim, I guess. They were a team. I actually thought Uncle Elmer was a manager, but I guess not. So there's that. Adrian Adonis won, who eventually became adorable Adrian Adonis. Then we had a tag team match. Terry Funk and Haas Funk with Jimmy Hart, who defeated Junkyard Dog and Tito Santana. I'm going to have to look that up now, because I didn't know exactly when Terry Funk came into the wrestling in WWE or WWF. I didn't know if it was that early. I thought he was still in Texas, WCCW or wherever he was. But I guess not. Anyways, Terry and Haas won. Then we had the main event for the WWE or WWF Championship for the first time in WrestleMania. Hulk Hogan defeated King Kong Bundy with Bobby Heenan in a steel cage match for the WWF Championship with Robert Conrad, who was the special guest referee. Now, this was the first cage match in WrestleMania. It was pretty cool. Just to see Hulk Hogan go up on top of the cage to tear his, do his trademark tearing of the shirt. It was a good match. Obviously, the midgets came out. But it wasn't, that'll be probably the next year. It was a good show all around. 3 different venues, as I said, with 4 different the first one being 4 matches. 4 matches each, actually. So it was a good WrestleMania, is all I'm trying to get at. I butcher a lot of things here, but anyways. Pretty cool WrestleMania. WrestleMania 3 will be tomorrow, if I remember, but hopefully it was a good review. Alright, I'll talk to you later. Bye.